Welcome to this episode. Have you subscribed yet? The mystery of the mountain ghost marriage and ghost opera in Yinshan, records of the Nuo mask and the sunken coffin. Chapter 6, Successive theft of wedding dresses in the village. The morning fog in Yinshan village had not yet cleared when Su Wenyan was awakened by the sound of pounding on the door. Village head Lin Wanshan burst in with several strong men, holding a red wedding dress saturated with the fragrance of pagoda tree. Precisely the wedding gown that Widow Wang from the east end of the village had prepared for her remarriage. Wanyan, before your mother was laid in the coffin, she also stole a wedding dress like this. Lin Wanshan's gaze landed on the birthmark on Su Wangyan's left ring finger. The Nuo opera mask pattern embroidered on his cuff distorted with his movement, bearing a striking resemblance to the human face pattern on the bark of the mountain god pagoda tree. Within 3 days, wedding dresses from 7 households in the village had vanished without a trace. Su Wangyan squatted in front of Widow Wang's wardrobe and found the words 1937 Autumn Equinox scratched on the cabinet door with fingernails, the same day as that on the theater ticket at the bottom of Chen Qixi's coffin. As soon as his fingertips touched the engraving, an image of his mother, Su Xunyang, running in the rainy night flashed before his eyes. Clutched tightly in her arms was a red wedding dress stained with mud. "Brother Wanyan, look at this." Lin Yunyang found him under the old pagoda tree at the village entrance. In her palm lay a torn corner of a paper's clothing. The Nuo opera mask pattern embroidered on the fabric matched the edge of the half Nuo opera mask left by his mother. The coffin-shaped birthmark on the back of her neck glimmered faintly in the morning dew. "Last night, I dreamt that the Yinshan River water flowed backward, and in the 19 stone coffins lay people in red wedding dresses, and their faces were exactly like yours." Late at night, Su Wanyan lay in wait behind the mountain god pagoda tree. At the third quarter of midnight, 19 white paper lanterns drifted over from the direction of the ancestral hall. Beneath the lanterns were 19 eyeless paper figures carrying an empty bridal sedan chair. He recognized the indigo coarse cloth on the cuffs of the paper figures as the fabric of Chen Qixi's shroud. The sedan chair suddenly stopped under the pagoda tree. The sedan chair curtain fluttered without wind, revealing what was lying quietly inside. It was actually his college acceptance letter. The postmark on the cover, originally Autumn Equinox 2023, had been altered to Autumn Equinox 1937. The mountain ghost gets married, and the twin fiends return ... The hoarse chorus of the paper figures surged from all directions. Su Wangyan saw that each paper figure had a silver bracelet pinned to its chest, and the half bracelet he had from his mother could be combined with these to form a complete thousand hands pattern. He reached for the half Nuo opera mask in his pocket, and the human tooth stuck in the eye socket suddenly became hot. Memories of 1937 exploded in his mind. His father stood under the mountain god pagoda tree holding him in swaddling clothes, and embroidered on the edge of the swaddle was exactly the Nuo opera mask pattern on the cuffs of the paper figures in front of him. The sound of tiles breaking came from the direction of the ancestral hall. Su Wanyan climbed over the wall and entered. He saw that the 19 pagoda wood tablets enshrined on the incense table were all facing the mountain god pagoda tree. The 19th tablet was engraved with Su Xunyang, and on the back was written his birth date in cinnabar. At the position of the 20th tablet, which should have belonged to Lin Yunyang, there was a brand new red wedding dress. Inside the collar was embroidered the word Wangyan, and dark red tree sap seeped from the stitches, exactly the same color as the blood, like liquid flowing from the mountain god pagoda tree. "Brother Wanyan," Lin Yunyang's voice came from behind. He turned around and saw the girl holding a neatly folded red wedding dress. The wrinkles on the fabric were exactly the same as those of the wedding dress his mother wore when she was laid in the coffin in his dream. The silver bracelet around her neck suddenly buzzed, and the water surface reflected an image of 19 stone coffins forming the character Wang at the bottom of the river. On each coffin lid was placed a red wedding dress, and the collars were embroidered with Su Wangyan in different styles from different eras. A scream from an old woman came from the west end of the village. When Su Wanyan arrived, Uncle Li was trembling in front of the wardrobe. His daughter's wedding dress had disappeared, and on the cabinet door was written, "The twin fiends return, and the mountain god is pleased," in blood. The blood was still fresh, and the fingerprint marks were exactly the same shape as the birthmark on his left ring finger. He noticed a newly formed scab on the back of Uncle Lee's neck, winding like a pagoda tree root, identical to the sacrificial pattern in the hidden compartment of Lin Wanshan's office. At midnight, Su Wangyan hid in the dark corner of the paper-making shop. The soul-summoning lamp left by Chen Xiaozi suddenly lit up, reflecting countless paper figure silhouettes on the wall. Each paper figure was holding a red wedding dress, and on the chest was pasted a piece of paper with Su Wangyan's birth date written on it. The paper figure in the center was wearing his coat, with half a silver bracelet embedded in its eye socket. It slowly turned its head in his direction, and the arc of its hooked lips was identical to that of the thousand-hand corpse god in the mural of the mountain god temple. "Wangyan, come with me!" Lin Yunyang suddenly appeared and pulled him into a cave deep in Yinshan. The cave walls were engraved with the scene of the Nuo opera sacrifice in 1937. His mother, Su Xunyang, stood on the sacrificial platform wearing the 19th numbered mask. The incantation on her abdomen formed the symbol of the twin fiends. And below, Lin Wanshan was stuffing a red wedding dress into a stone coffin. Engraved on the coffin lid was exactly Su Wangyan's birth date. "Last month, Granny Wang said she saw you burning a wedding dress under the mountain god pagoda tree." Lin Yunyang's voice trembled. The beam of the flashlight swept across the blood, written words on the rock wall. "On the autumn equinox in 1937, the originally designated sacrifice was me, but Aunt Xiuniang ... Her fingertips traced the engravings on the stone coffin. "Over the years, for the missing brides, your name was engraved on their coffin lids, and the wedding dresses ... Before she could finish, the sound of Sunas came from outside the cave. Su Wangyan pushed aside the vines and saw 19 paper-figure bridal sedan chairs moving along the ancient path of Yinshan. In each sedan chair sat a Su Wangyan in a red wedding dress. Their left ring fingers glowed with a ligneous luster, and the silver bracelets tied to their wrists formed a blood-red line, pointing straight to the mountain god pagoda tree. As the sedan chairs passed, the bark of the pagoda tree split open automatically, revealing 19 small stone coffins hidden inside. In each coffin was placed a blood-stained wedding dress, and the collars were embroidered with the character Wang from different eras. He suddenly remembered Chen Xiaozi's words before his death. The mountain ghost marriage in 1937 was actually a soul summoning ceremony for the twin fiends. His trembling fingers stroked the stone coffin, and the words, "Twin fiends can substitute," engraved on the inner side suddenly oozed blood, dyeing his birthmark dark red. In the distance, Lin Wanshan's figure appeared on the mountain path, holding the 20th Nuo Opera mask in his hand. Embedded in the eye socket of the mask was exactly the wisdom tooth he had lost last night. "Brother Wangyan, look." Lin Yunyang suddenly pointed in the direction of the mountain god temple. In the moonlight, the face of the mountain god pagoda tree was shedding its bark, revealing dense engravings inside the trunk. All the names of the missing brides. The newest one was engraved with Su Wangyan, 2023. The writing was so fresh that sawdust could be rubbed off. And deep in the engravings, the left-hand stump of the thousand-hand corpse god was faintly visible, with each finger twined with the silk threads of the red wedding dress. The procession of paper figure bridal sedan chairs stopped under the mountain god pagoda tree. The sedan chair curtains were lifted simultaneously, and 19 Su Wangyans stretched out their left hands. The ligneous birthmarks on their ring fingers formed a complete thousand hands pattern in the moonlight. Su Wangyan looked down and found that his school uniform had somehow turned into a red wedding dress. The pagoda wood patterns on the fabric were spreading along his skin, and the wedding dress in Lin Yunyang's hands had somehow been put on her. The silver bracelet around her neck buzzed, reflecting an image of the 20th stone coffin at the bottom of the river slowly opening. "You're next." The paper figure of Widow Wang suddenly turned its head. The red tree sap flowing from its eye sockets formed the character's "return" on the ground. Su Wangyan took a half step back and bumped into a cold stone coffin, exactly the 20th empty coffin he had seen at the bottom of the river. On the inner side of the coffin lid was scratched his mother's handwriting with fingernails. "Don't believe what they say about twin fiends can substitute." "Wangyan, You are the mountain ghost's real bride. The mountain wind suddenly picked up, and the 19 paper lanterns went out simultaneously. In the darkness, Su Wanyan heard the dull sound of the stone coffin opening. Something warm with the smell of river. Bottom silt stuck to his back. It was very much like the body temperature he had felt in the swaddle on the day his mother was laid in the coffin. When he reached behind him tremblingly, what he touched was a patch of moist skin, with concave, convex patterns exactly like the shape of the human teeth embedded in the eye socket of the Nuo opera mask. The end of this episode. The story continues. Subscribe now.